we were chatting to each other just before. We're like, how do we say this without sounding negative? I swear, if we don't find a penguin...
So we've opted to not go for surgery right now.
How do you explain this without sounding like a psycho?
Travels. 2 massive trips that we're planning.
You're homeless at this point.
I'm back, baby.
So if you're one of those people, I guess thank you and sorry.
This is our lives.
Because this is the reality when we're not traveling.
Oh, God.
Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Welcome.
We've got a big gap here in between us because Nalu was just sitting
Yeah,
here.
I feel like we should be doing this. We never quite know how to start these videos. It's been a long time since we sat down and done an update video.
It's
The
been
last
ages.
time was the live, and that our very first, and our possibly last.
Not doing that again. Anyway.
Come on.
Come on. Turn around. They don't want to see that side. Sit down. You
Oh
might
my God.
hear a crinkling sound. It's just Nalu sushi that we got him from Japan.
Japan.
Oh, he's not going to let it go.
It's probably going to be the squeaking that will come through on the mic.
Oh, he's gone.
Anyway, so one of the reasons we like to do these videos is it's just a little bit more of a chance to
He just sat on the mic.
on the microphone to just sit down and just like have a bit more of a casual life
Little
situation because
This is our lives.
this is the reality when we're not traveling.
Oh, God. Anyway.
The first thing we had was health lately. There's been questions about my back, but you've kind of been the one going through more
Yes,
problems
if you see
recently.
me kind of looking around like this. So I have somehow hurt my neck quite badly as well. To the point where it was like, I don't know how I would have been able to like wear a backpack or...
Oh, no,
Like-
I couldn't touch it without it hurting.
Yeah, so that's been fun for the last couple of weeks.
So like no rotation, insanely tight traps, lots and
we
lots of
sound
knots.
so old.
But I mean, to be fair, like you see with the lifestyle we live, sometimes it's a little bit crazy, and you were holding on a lot on those jet skis.
There were some big waves. You were going quite fast.
Maybe. Had an X-ray and confirmed there's nothing wrong with like the discs or anything, which is good.
Still looking young on the inside.
Well, yeah, lucky for some.
But you get asked about your back a lot.
Yeah, so
I suppose update people in case they don't know what's...
so I've got this random thing called spondylolisthesis or something like that, which is basically like a break that doesn't heal. The only way that it actually ever heals is by having surgery. And I've seen a surgeon and been through this whole process, but I'm on this boundary where like I can keep enough strength that it doesn't control my life, but I would definitely have to be worried. Well, think about it, consider it.
Yeah, you have to keep it in mind.
So we've opted to not go for surgery right now because I'll need the full fusion, like the proper disc replacement situation. But yeah, I've been in a really good gym routine in and around our travels where I've just been focusing less on the old beach muscles and more on the core and the glutes and the hamstrings and everything, and that has actually really helped. So I'm in a pretty good place right now.
That's good.
Anyway, on a more happier note, because we've been doing lots of travels, we've been watching a lot of TV, and we often ask for recommendations from people. And to be fair, we've kind of just hit a little bit of a lull, but we've just watched some awesome stuff.
White Lotus, we really enjoyed. I mean, it was a little bit slower this season, I feel, but like it was still really interesting, especially being in Thailand.
Was this one more awkward as well?
Oh yeah, it's always so
I
awkward.
felt like there were a lot of moments we were watching it and going, oh.
Can only watch one episode at a time.
Yeah. What else do we watch? So the one that we've been watching just is a chill, ongoing, easy breezy, quick 20 minutes is called Ghosts. There's a US and a UK version.
The US one is, I think, better than the UK one.
And it's actually got a Kiwi actor, although she has an American accent. But that's kind of low-key and quite fun. And then, what's that other one we just
Your
started?
Friends and Neighbours? It's like got ups and downs as well. It's not finished yet. The premise of it is quite interesting.
It is quite good. But then, I've cracked Stacey. I finally got her into some form of gaming.
People are going to think I'm so weird.
This is the strangest thing to possibly reveal.
Okay, so Dane's got an Xbox, right? And I don't play Xbox, but he's got this game called Crime Scene Cleaner.
Can I just say, I've got Game Pass, which means it's the Netflix of gaming. So every month, just new stuff comes, and I read random things online, and people say, hey, you should give this game a go. So it's not like I've gone out of my way to buy a game called Crime Scene Investigator or whatever it is.
Anyway, the whole idea of the game is that, how do you explain this without sounding like a psycho?
I mean, you've got pressure washers and sponges, and you have to clean up rubbish. And
if you've got OCD, like I do, then it's quite fun because you're just like basically cleaning up.
Yay. But then you upgrade all of your equipment, and then so you get faster, and then the challenges get more, and there's secret rooms, and so there's this whole gaming kind of structure to it as well. But it's relaxing, and we teamwork it, and we have a go each, it's very strange. But that is currently how we're... Nalu, you're sniffing the camera.
Nalu's on here. What did we want to update about Nalu?
So he is officially 3 years old now. 3.
He doesn't act like he's 3.
Where's that gone?
He still acts like a naughty teenager.
Can you believe that it's 3? He's 3.
I can't. It's crazy. And a lot of people do ask when we travel, oh my God, what do you do with your dog? He goes to one of his favourite places, which is his Nana and Grandpa's house, which is my parents.
Yeah.
And he is just so well looked after.
I think the thing to remember as well is that we're not away as much as it probably seems, obviously.
True. But speaking of being home...
the house.
We were chatting to each other just before. We're like, how do we say this without sounding negative? But our house is quite old. And, it's not really been a priority for us because we've been traveling and enjoying life. And then it's kind of just got to the point where it's like, oh, we probably should go back to those renovations we said we would do a couple of years ago.
Let us know. Did you enjoy the renovation
Buddy.
content? Did you enjoy seeing that kind of home stuff? I mean, we met somebody recently and she said, have you kept painting the fence? And we were like, what are you talking about? I loved watching you guys paint the fence. For us, we just think...
The answer is no as well. The fence is still half painted.
Yeah, no, and really, you actually enjoyed that? I don't know, it's just hard for us to get our head around that side of things.
Yeah, but I suppose it is kind of interesting to see what normal life is like for us when we are home.
Yeah, so the crossroads that we're talking about is we've got this property that we know needs some love, needs some attention, and could really do with a spruce. And we want to do that, but then obviously we are a travel channel. That's kind of why you followed us, no doubt. And so we're always planning for the next adventure. So when we're home, we're resetting, we're sleeping, we're spending time with Nalu, we're catching up with friends and family, we're planning, and editing, and leaving.
The time to take on big long-term projects. So
because the other option is that we might actually just sell the place and get somewhere that is more low maintenance.
Be homeless at this point.
Yeah, give it the property market, maybe not.
There's one other thing that we want to get your feedback on as well, and that is, do you guys prefer seeing the more vloggy, travel, kind of a bit more casual style of travel video, or do you prefer the more polished travel guide type videos where, everything's sort of in one place?
We kind of enjoy making both styles. The weird thing is knowing how much do we make it about us, how much do we make it about a destination. But we've talked about this before. It's kind of something that we always struggle with, and I don't think we've ever really picked a lane as to be all about us or all about a destination.
Yeah.
And what the right thing to do is.
Oh, jeez.
But, now he's put a ball on top of the microphone. What's this one? This is his favourite ball. Come on. So if you go through the analytics in the back end of YouTube, you can actually see based on location and engagement rates. And New Zealanders are either just watching from a distance at times. And
maybe they hate it.
Maybe they hate it.
Maybe they hate us.
But if you're from New Zealand, feel free to the video every now and then.
Yeah, leave a comment. We're friendly.
That's okay.
You can chat to us.
But I have been making a real effort to put all of our travels with links, which are affiliate links, which we reveal in the videos and the video description. So thank you. We've seen a real uptick on people using those links to book your experiences, your travels, your food tours, your adventures or whatever. It doesn't cost you any more.
And I suppose the flip side as well is we should thank the people that do actually like and do things like that, because that is super, super helpful.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm super distracted.
Yeah, this is honestly, this is more life, isn't it? So thank you for those of you that are doing that and helping us out. But I'm sure this is the thing everybody was looking forward to.
Travels. We didn't even practice that.
No,
we did so well. The Wits Sundays.
Wow.
What a place. That has been on my bucket list for such a long time, and that trip was insane.
Mm-hmm.
We had the best time. So if you guys are planning a trip to the Wits Sundays, let us know if you have any questions.
Yeah.
Because we sure had a few questions before we went.
Yeah, it's one of those places that we had no idea what it... you roughly know what it is, and you learn that growing up. You see footage of the place, but you don't really understand how do I travel it.
Personally, I thought that the Wits Sundays was somewhere that you had to be really wealthy to travel to. But turns out that that's not the case. Obviously, things on an island where you're isolated are going to be slightly more expensive, but there is actually cheap accommodation, and moderately priced accommodation, and you can do it on a budget.
And
so,
low-key food options, which is why we wanted to show in that video. One of the afternoons, we just grabbed some stuff from the supermarket and just sat down, and it's chill. Sorry, you've probably already watched that, but back to the series that is coming out next.
3, 2, 1. And for this trip, we got a bit of a special guest.
I'm back, baby.
Yay! My dad, George.
So this is a very cool story. So, we took George back to Malaysia a couple of years ago. It was very sweet. I loved watching you and him together. And then Northern Territory, the tourism board in Australia, somebody there had seen that series and said, we want you to come here and bring your dad and help tick off another one of his bucket lists, which was seeing Uluru.
Yeah.
It just turned out to be the most incredible trip.
It was up there. Like, obviously Malaysia, the first time we took him away was very, very special because that's like where he's from. But this was special on another level as well. And just to see his face, and he brought the vibes every day.
He really did.
Welcome to the Outback, mate.
Welcome to the Outback.
Yeah, he had the best time and is already like, all right, guys, where are we going next? He's like trying to integrate himself into the channel.
The dude's trying to get us to take him to South Africa now.
Oh, yeah, that's his dream, to go on a South African safari. Like, he's obsessed with animals, and that is top of the list.
So we actually did a preview the other day that George got to watch, and we had some family friends over and stuff as well. He was so engaged watching this back, but it was almost a little movie premiere. It was really sweet. But that reminds me that some of the questions are, why are you traveling with your dad? What about, where's everybody else? And my family is always joking, well, what about travels with my other dad? And then my mum's like, no, I'm coming too.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be into the vlogging side of it like Dad is. Although he was very distracted on this trip. I have to say, he was taking his own vlogs on his own phone.
So funny, the guy's just on holiday.
I don't know. It's just because we started that with their first video.
We did the one because we wanted to take George back somewhere special, and now it's just turned into this thing, which is amazing. And I hope you guys enjoyed that as well.
But speaking of George, he has been recruiting people at his work to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And that just got us thinking, maybe we should just let people in on like what he does and what he does for a living. Basically, he owns a liquor store on the North Shore in Auckland.
Yeah, I think it should be okay. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it would be okay as long as you're comfortable with it.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So it's Hauraki Corner Cellars, in between kind of Takapuna and Devonport, but it's officially Taka. So yeah, if you want to go and see Georgie, support a small business, because times are tough out there at the minute. Everybody's crunching down. Those margins are getting tighter and tighter.
Yeah, literally he texts me every couple of days. He's like, 4 new subscribers, because he forces people to subscribe. He's forcing people
to subscribe. So if you're one of those people, I guess thank you and sorry or something. So what's coming up after
Northern Territory? A few days, we're heading to Queenstown. I always say one of our favourite. It is literally our favourite place in the entire country. Mm-hmm. But we're not just going to Queenstown. We're mixing it up, going somewhere we've never been before, and doing something super unique that I think will be quite cool to see.
Yeah, I suppose we can talk about the Wanaka part.
Oh yeah, we're going to Wanaka as well. It's definitely a more local vibe compared to Queenstown, so it'll be good to properly explore. We've got a couple of days there, so that will be fun. And
then something that I've always particularly wanted to and said to you for years, we need to make sure that we go out and do that thing.
I swear, if we don't find a penguin,
this
has been like an ongoing thing.
You're kind of giving some stuff away now, but
penguins are all over.
They are, but
yeah. We have yet to see one, and I'm very mad about it.
Penguin in the wild. We had to go to a rehab facility just to go and see them because they like to avoid us.
Those were so cute.
They were sweet, hey? And big picture. This is the way that it always works. We've got a trip kind of coming up, and then we always have to be thinking a little bit further ahead, because with us, if we get home from a trip, we just want to do this. We just want to be so low key and so present and so at home, and then sometimes we start to look at our scheduling for content and stuff and think, shit.
Some people are so well planned, and we're just like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I know. We speak to Flying the Nest every now and then, Stephen and Jess, and
they're probably planned till 2028 at this point.
Oh, it's a little bit different now with a couple of kids, but
true.
I think, they used to always be like, oh, in May we're here, and then they were in there, and then there, and then there, and then we're in Europe, and then with this, and then that. And what are you guys up to? And we're going, oh, we're just working through some stuff.
Yeah, it's in the pipeline.
But speaking of the pipeline, two massive trips that we're planning. One is definitely happening. One we're not sure about. Oh, there's kind of three.
I'm confused.
Is
now.
that cryptic?
Yeah, even I'm confused.
So Europe was going to happen.
Yeah, Europe summer. But we're not 100% sure. I don't know. We may have left that a little bit too late.
We may have left that
It's
too
kind
late.
of difficult to get to Europe from New Zealand.
Yeah.
And kind of expensive. So we'll see. Maybe we need to be a bit more planned on that.
So we were looking at, but this is things that we want to do, was a road trip in Portugal. Exploring Malta, because that's become very popular recently. And then also explore some other more low-key places.
Yeah.
You might remember how much we loved Poland, how much we loved Albania, these places that...
Yeah, a bit more off the beaten track.
Yeah, just
So
not
we've
so
never
common.
been to
Montenegro was high. Yeah.
So that was on our list as well. Because we've done Croatia, we've done Greece.
Yeah. But Greece would have to be back on the list, eh? We love that.
Greece is one of our favourite places.
But anyway, we may have left that too late. If you've got any suggestions or anything that you can recommend, or
If you've got an airplane,
dude,
if you've got a private jet,
that would change our lives.
let us know.
If you have a private jet, we're sorted. So what we're thinking about doing is actually a trip to China.
Yeah. I
Interesting.
actually have been watching it's a UK series. It's called Race Across the World. There's a new season that's out at the moment, and they're racing across China, and it looks amazing. And there's so many different sides to it, which I've never really looked into it, to be honest. And after seeing that, I was like, I think I would quite like to go there.
Yeah.
So that might be on the list.
Diverse, digital, fascinating in a real traveller's sense.
Yeah.
So you might remember we were actually supposed to be, or we were semi-planned to go
right.
to China
For the Formula One.
in 2020. Does anyone remember? I think something went down around that period. Yeah, we were planning the Formula One and going to China and grouping it together, but I can't remember. Something put us off.
Yeah.
Do you know what it was?
Can you believe it's been 5 years?
I don't even want to agree to
That's crazy.
my mind accepting that time frame.
Yeah. We are heading to Jordan in September
So freaking cool.
and Egypt, which are two places we never thought we'd go.
Nah. That's exciting for us, is going to destinations that we feel might challenge us in a way as well. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we had been tossing up going back to Indonesia as well.
Oh, that's
and
another good point to throw out there, yeah.
potentially trying to check out Lombok, because
Yeah.
we haven't spent any time over there, and we realised that Bali is super, super busy.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'd be curious to see, how many islands did I say there were in Indonesia?
Did you say 14,000? Because
Something like that.
Philippines is 7,000.
Yeah. And there's just so many places to explore.
Mm.
So, but yeah, what I was trying to say is that it's good for us to mix things up and
Yeah.
go somewhere new.
You probably remember this already, but Bali and Queenstown are where we have travel guides from. So we tend to go annually to update them, and those are just free updates that if you've purchased it, you get that already. So Queenstown trip, we're going back, we're checking out a bunch of new things to add to that.
Yeah.
And although Lombok is not in Bali, so it doesn't really count, but
We might
Lombok
have to
is
rename
just...
it Indonesia
Yeah.
Travel Guide.
Well, that's... But everyone would be like, oh, I can't wait to learn about Jakarta. And we're like, Anyway, Lombok seems to be a very cool up-and-coming place.
Yeah.
But we completely drifted off from where I was going with the Jordan, Egypt.
Wonders of the world.
Wonders of the world. If we do China, Jordan, and Egypt, oh my
We're
days.
ticking off a couple there, aren't
Yeah,
we?
we're taking off a few things there. That was it. I don't think we had anything else.
Yeah, I feel like that was pretty much... It's pretty much our lives at the moment.
We're going to wrap it up by saying that it's time to go and make another coffee.
Yeah!
And, which I should just throw that out there briefly. The last time they asked us on the live, our new favourite coffee for the New Zealanders here, although they might ship overseas, is Rocket.
What's the flavour?
Based in Hamilton. And we've got the Dolce something?
Dolce.
It is unbelievable. Mostly Brazilian beans, which is what we love. 70% Brazilian and I think 30% Colombian. And oh my days. Takes about 2 weeks to mature.
I don't know if that's the right
But once
word.
it's mature, it's banging. We absolutely
It's
love it.
really
We've
good.
just bought another kilogram, so we're going to be going through like 2 kilos of it. Anyway, nice to see you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hope that was interesting, and we'll see you with George next week.
Yay! Bye!